Hey guys, it's John2 here, and today I'm going to go over my favorite weapons and Phantom Forces of each class, and tell you why I like them, and what loadouts I use them on them. So, I know I did one of these a while back, but things have changed a little bit since then, and I found new guns I like, new loadouts I like, and new guns have been added, new guns have been rebalanced, so a bunch of things have happened. I just thought I'd do an updated version of it. Starting off with Assault class, because why not, we have the M231, the supposed to be troll gun, but actually amazing gun. I don't know, I've really found I love this gun, for some reason. I mean, the camo on it I personally think could be better. I want to get a better camo on this thing. Maybe one from the new camouflage cases. But, I mean, it's still pretty good. So I use the ARS suppressor, VCOG, Canted Delta, and I believe I have a vertical grip on it now. I sometimes switch between vertical and stubby, but most time I use vertical because hipfire. I mean, this gun, you're not going to want to use it as long range usually. I mean, if you really tap fire, it really does a lot of damage into headshots, even at long range. But still, I mean, it's a close range weapon. You just drill something close and it's just dead. And it has a quick reload. It has an insanely quick rate of fire. It's stupid recoil, so you have to use the Canted Delta sight and VCOG if you actually want to use this gun right. But otherwise, the attachments don't matter too much. I use the ARS for both its recoil reduction and its sneakiness, because you need to get close to people, and if you can stay off the minimap while firing, that'll help you get close to people. This gun can just out-DPS any other single gun in the game aside from a sniper headshot or a shotgun. Also, yeah, if you haven't noticed, Goken's here. I'm on my VIP server, and he happened to join, so he's just kind of a special guest for this video. But yeah, so that's that for this gun, and honestly, this is probably one of my favorite guns in the entire game, so yeah, it's a lot of fun. Moving on to battle rifles, this is a class of gun I, never use, so I'm not really sure about this. I, never use the AG3 and almost never use the Scar H, so I mean, I'm not very good with either of these guns, or very familiar with them. But for Scar H, I use Muzzle Brake, Folding Grip, Reflex Sight, and Green Laser, which is the loadout that someone suggested to me a while back. And it's still has plenty of recoil, but it's still pretty effective at medium-long range, close even if you want to, but you do have to work around the smaller magazine size that both battle rifles in the game as of right now have. So, yeah, I don't really have too much of an opinion on this gun. I prefer it over the AG3, because, I don't know, I just can't do the AG3 for some reason. But yeah, so I don't really have much of an opinion on this gun, as I already said, so we'll move on to the next one. Anyways, next up with the carbine, I have the SR3M, which, I mean, this is really close between that and the Scar PDW, but still, I'd say the SR3M wins because it can out-DPS the FAMAS in close quarters, which is a huge advantage. And, I don't know, for some reason I just really like the iron sights. So, I'm not even sure why. This gun is just super satisfying feeling to use. But, yeah, I usually use the Compensator, Vertical Grip, and Red Laser on this gun. Although the Compensator is a new addition to the loadout, I just found it slightly increases performance, but it's really not a necessary part of this loadout. But yeah, also got a nice looking skin combo for it, which is always nice. And yeah, it's a really fun gun to use, strangely satisfying to use, and yeah. Hi, Goken. Next up for the shotgun, I use the R870, and no, not the R780 like I said in my last video. Haha, it's a great typo on me. But, basically just because I love the longer effective range of the shotgun. I still don't use shotguns much, but still. And, of course, I use the VCOG because it gives you the hip stability, and you can aim it over the top of it anyways. And I use Vertical Grip and Red Laser because why not? I mean, that's what you use on a shotgun. And I don't use anything in the barrel, because suppressors, nah, I'd rather not. And there's no real benefit to Muzzle Brake or Compensator, as far as I know, so. I'll occasionally switch to Birdshot for really close quarters, but if I'm using close quarters, I might just use a KSG anyways, but yeah. This is my favorite shotgun. Again, I don't use shotguns too much, but hey, this is fun. Next up for PDW, we have the Colt SMG, which I actually have a nice skin for, I'm really proud of. And, I don't know, this, for the longest time, was actually like my favorite weapon. It does kick like crazy though, so you have to know how to use it. But, I mean, it does a lot of damage really quickly, and it's just a lot of fun. I usually use the Coyote Sight, Green Laser, Muzzle Brake, and Stubby Grip on it, so that's what I use to tame the recoil. There's still plenty of it, yes, but yeah, it's still quite a lot of fun, and this loadout makes it much easier to handle. And again, as I said before, this used to be one of my favorite weapons in the entire game. Recently, the M231 has taken over that slot because it simply out-DPSs this gun, and with the VCOG Canted Delta setup, it actually does has less recoil. So, I mean, this gun is kind of beat by that. But still, it does have the advantage of the slightly larger magazine. Which, I mean, isn't that much. But yeah, this gun is still pretty good. For DMR, I'll say Dragunov SVU, because, I mean, it's just such a satisfying gun to use. Has a good reload, has good fire rate, and it's just really, really nice. But yeah, I use the Muzzle Brake, Coyote Sight, Stubby Grip, and Green Laser. Stubby Grip is to compensate the side-to-side recoil, so you actually end up staying on target more, even if you fire quickly. So as you can see there, it's pretty much on the same spot the entire time, rather than drifting off to the side, which I find it a lot easier to compensate for vertical recoil than for horizontal recoil. But yeah, I also like the close-range Coyote Sight because, I mean, for some reason I can do just about as well as with that as with like an ACOG or something. And yeah, it's just such a precise optic as well. But yeah, that'll be my choice for the DMR. For LMG, it's Scar Hammer all the way. I mean, until recently I would have said the RPK, but I mean, I came back to the Hammer just to mess around with it a little bit, and I've just, like, completely, I don't know, remembered why I liked it so much in the first place. It is just such a reliable gun, and yeah, it might not do as much damage per shot as other LMGs, but it's just so easy to control. I mean, of course I use Muzzle Brake and Stubby Grip, Muzzle Brake and Folding Grip on it, but yeah, it does have a lot of recoil, so you have to use the Muzzle Brake and Folding Grip on it to actually control it. So you end up with a bunch of horizontal recoil. But for the most part, that is pretty manageable. And this gun has just amazing hipfire, and it has the 50-round magazine with a really quick reload. And yeah, it's just a really, really nice gun. It is, again, one of my favorites in this game. So that's my pick for LMG. I still don't have a skin for this. I really want a skin for this, stylus please, but yeah. I guess we'll see what I get later. I really want a camo skin on this thing, like, seriously want a camo skin on it. Like, just desert camo, please. Desert camo, Scar Hammer, whatever. And, of course, for a sniper rifle, I'll go BFG, because, I mean, I'm still not the best sniper with, like, the Intervention or R700. And the most it is, I mean, it's really tricky to use. And I'm really out of practice with it. And the BFG is just so reliable. I don't use a tracker on it anymore. No, don't worry about that. But, I mean, it actually is kind of balanced now. Especially with this other sniper actually getting a buff in the end. So, I mean, I'd say it's kind of legit now. Not sure what you're gonna say or what you'd think about it, but yeah. Yeah, the Intervention is good too, especially with all those shades on them. Also, yes, it's the BF Ritos. I mean, what's not to love? Of course. I also use just the vertical grip for hip stability and green laser on the sniper. So, yeah. Hip stability just helps out with, like, quick scoping and stuff, so your reticle is a little bit smaller, or the hipfire reticle is smaller. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. What do you think of my picks? What are your favorites? Let me know in the comments below, and yeah. Thanks for Gokun for being a special guest in this video, and doing whatever he's doing. And thanks for watching. See ya!